Hi you all, I'm going to help you get started with writing your name or programming Hopscotch to write your name. So you can see my screen right here. I'm going to open the Hopscotch app. Alright, I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks to get yourself started. So we're going to hit the plus sign to create a new project, and then we're going to add a character. You can add any of these that you like. I prefer to go to text and use my emoji keyboard and find a smaller one. I will use this one because it's so appropriate to our times. Okay, so I have this little icon here, this little germ, and we're going to add some code. So the first thing we're going to do is decide when we want something to happen, and I think we want it to happen right when the game starts. And we're going to be drawing, so I think we'll tap on drawing and say draw a trail. So that's the first thing we want to do. Let's just move forward 100 and see what happens. There we go. But I'm going to make an S, so I kind of want that to go backwards instead of forwards. So let's see if I can make this move 100 backwards. I'm going to touch this key right here. You can see it blinking. Every time I touch it, it toggles to negative or positive. So we're going to try it negative and see if it goes backwards. Perfect. Okay. So now we want to turn. We're going to go to movement and turn 90 degrees. And then maybe move forward another 100. Whoops! We turned in the wrong direction. Let's try a negative 90. The other thing you could do is go 270 in the other direction, but I think we'll just go negative 90, down, play. Every time it goes the wrong way, just switch to negative. It will go the opposite way. So that's one way. That's how to draw a line and make a turn, a quick hard turn. If I want to make a curve, like around the corner of an S, if I want to make my S more fancy, I may try something else. So I'm going to move, let me look at my drawing again. This is going to take you guys a lot of tries because you have to see what it does and then make adjustments. I'm going to turn another 90 degrees and go forward first. Okay. Turn 90. Okay. The other thing, instead of moving forward, if I want to try this, set position, I can tell my little drawing tool exactly where I want it to go. So if I let's put the default just so you can see what I mean, and then we'll adjust it. So I'm going to set position to 200, 200. Play. So it goes around, and then it goes right, this is 200, 200 right here where my character is. So I probably want it to go more like 200, 600 or something like that. So let's try it. Because in the Y direction is up and down, like a yo-yo, if you remember that. Whoop! How about less than 600? Like 500. Perfect. Or good enough. How about that? Alright, so I'm going to make the rest of my curve round. So what I can do there is I can say, I'm going to change, no, I'm going to move forward a small amount, like 10, and then I'm going to turn a small amount, like, 8 or 10, how about 9 right in the middle. Okay, and so it's just a tiny little bit that we won't even see it. But if I want that to do a number of times so that we can see it turn a little and move forward a little a whole bunch of times, we're going to go over to control flow and we're going to get a repeat block. And then I'm going to put move forward in there, and I'm going to put turn in there. Now, well, let's do it 15 times. There. So 15 times it's going to move forward and turn a little bit, little tiny bit. Let's see. Oops, it's going the wrong way. So remember what we need to do when something's going the wrong way. I'm going to only change one thing at a time because when you're programming and you change two things at a time, you don't know which one made the change. That's important. So I'm going to change one thing. Okay, so it's going down but still in the wrong direction. So I'm going to also change my angle to negative. Now I'll play. Whoops. Alright. Let's try. Changing this one back. There it goes. Okay. And then I'm going to, this is going to be the ugliest S you ever saw, but just for the sake of showing you all the tools and how they work, I'm going to make my little character get back under the rest of the S. But I'm going to use one more tool. I'm going to try the change X by, because I want it to go left a little ways. So let's say 150. So if I want it to go left and right, I'm going to use X. And I want it to go left. So that's backwards. So I'm going to add a minus sign. There you go. So there's an S. So now I need to move my character over in front of the S without drawing a trail so I can start working on the A. So everything that I have is inside of this purple loop that says draw a trail. But I want to move and not draw a trail. So I'm going to put some movement right in here. I'm going to say set position so I can tell it exactly where to go. And let's see. We're going to move, I'm just going to take a guess because that's what we do, and as soon as I run it I'm sure I'll have to change it. And 500. Alright, so I'm saying X at 400 and Y at 500. We'll see where it goes. Okay, so it's not drawing a trail, and I probably want it to go less in the X direction and less in the Y direction. So let's make them both smaller. 350 and 400. Okay, perfect place to start. So now I'm going to start working on my A, and I will go in here and I'm going to add another draw a trail. And I'm not going to draw the whole A, you get the idea. I'm going to have to probably put an angle in there because I want it to turn before it starts and then move forward so I can just test. Alright, so obviously I need to change my direction the other way. You can change your angle if it's not pointing the right way, and just keep going like that. And one other thing I wanted to show you. You can, of course, change your trail color and the width. I would do that after, because then you can just get the technical part done and then decorate, and you can make your character spin first or whatever you want to do that's fancy. But every time you run this, because the whole thing's trial and error and it's going to take you a while, every time you run it, it gets slower and slower. And so to speed that up, poke your finger right after when game starts and before draw a trail, because we want it to happen for the whole thing, and then set your speed and make it really fast. There. And now it's going to go much faster each time. So those are my tips to get started. Definitely email me, chat me, or make comments down below if you have questions, and I'm happy to help. Good luck. Thanks.